What's going on, Ultra Buddies? Ultraman Tregear. That's the card of the week. It just got revealed. We got to talk about it. Um, Very similar to Jeed. A triple only effect. Activate. Reveal the top three cards from your deck. And I doesn't say discard. I'm too far away from it. It's too small on my screen. You just discard the top three cards of your deck, and then if the sent character cards have a total level of 10 or higher, give an opponent's character minus 2,000 BP for this turn. Solid 7, 13, 17, but like it's basically a 19. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
What's your thoughts on this? Because it's a lot.
it's in isolation. I think this card's amazing.
Mhm.
We were talking about it just before this. Like, if we could compare this to some similar cards, Jeet is a nice example. Like,
Mhm.
it's a triple only activate. We know that Jeet Magnificent is really great. Free BP grade ups almost every turn. Really powerful. This is like a free 2,000 every turn.
Mhm.
Also reminds me of a little bit like Jeet Claw, where that's
Oh
also a
yeah,
triple only ability that gives
yeah,
1,000, and we've seen how like Jeet Claw makes a huge difference in breaking ties and like winning
yeah,
games, and that's only 1,000. This is 2,000.
yeah, yeah. Like you could argue this is like in some cases better than a BP grade up,
Yeah,
which is crazy. And I think we just have to say like 10 levels is not. It's your kaiju deck. As long as you reveal two kaiju, you don't like hit two scenes. It's gonna
yeah,
happen. Like it's basically guaranteed. Um, and I think this opens up a lot of like different ideas for decks, for partners. I think the first one that I thought of was Five King, just because
mhm,
it's a consistent engine that gets Five King, and one of the cards we'll talk about later feels like it's made for Five King, which is really nice. And a 19K Five King is nothing to scoff at.
yeah. And just like a reminder, this is any lane, so this could make
Mhm.
itself like a effective 19K, a 19K 5 King. Even if you play like a 14K double Zeton or something,
Yeah,
that's still 16K that might beat out a lot of other effects.
yeah, it's definitely going to be pretty scary, I think. And going back to what you said, in isolation, this is a very good card. It's probably going to suffer from like new character syndrome, where you like this effect is really good, but the rest of the effects in the deck to like have enough triggers to get it consistent is it might not be enough, right? You have to suffer through playing some amount of vanillas to be able to get this far.
Yeah, I think this is one that even if it doesn't take off this set, it's
Hmm.
something you keep a close eye on. Whether you get some more utility level twos like a scene search or
Hmm.
something else, like a really good level 7 that works off a double that maybe
Yeah,
gives itself, I don't know, some kind of BP grade up or some kind of
yeah,
other boost. This card is only going to be stronger as the game progresses, so
yeah,
it's definitely going to
definitely.
be a staple for kaiju decks.
And I think if we're talking about like pure high roll potential,
Yeah.
Zeton seems like an amazing partner for that. But both of you kind of getting discussed. That's more about the next card, I guess. So we'll talk more about that then. But um, yeah, I think we need a little bit more. I think you could go maybe like a Belial style
Mhm.
and use Jeet Identity to like kind of. I assume there will be like a verse whatever type BP grade up, trade gear, and that's a way to like get a little bit more oomph out of these kind of
Mhm.
like low powered effects with using Jeet Identity. So that might be interesting.
Yeah.
I think we can just move on to the scene because I think that's the other really, really big part of this deck.
Mhm.
It's the I Can't Hear Your Voice. Why don't you read that one for us?
Yeah, so this one's a round 2 scene activate. No cost. If you have a Tregear out, return one kaiju from your discard area to the top of your deck and then send the scene to the owner's discard area. So
Mhm.
pretty much any kaiju you want, you're guaranteed to hit it next turn. Of
Crazy.
course, it is from the discard pile,
Hmm.
but we have seen that we have the level 3 activate or level 7 activate does get cards in discard.
Yeah,
So if you're able to get anything that gets some stuff in discard, you can be set up for exactly what you need.
yeah. Like you could probably put Boltons in the deck. You can start pulling out Five Kings. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff, um, and this kind of ties into the Zeton thing because Zeton loves having specific cards on top of your deck. and you kind of set up this like guaranteed 20K instead of just hoping it happens, which is very, very scary.
I mean, you're even guaranteed a 16, like even if you don't have your 20K Zetons, if you had like
Mhm.
a 16K
True.
vanilla level 17, like it's better than 0 because you're going to be running a good amount of
Yeah.
triggers in this deck. So anything, even like a 12K, like the level 5, just something to ensure you
Yeah.
don't get stuck with the flat 0.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty funny that you could like drop a single level 7 Zeton in a new lane and then have the scene and be like, oh, and it's 20. Very scary. It should be pretty interesting. And I I think after rereading this one and kind of like seeing things, my brain is like trying to cook way too hard. Where like, um, I tried to make Mephiles work a lot, and that deck I considered it like a toolbox deck where I like play a bunch of like random tech cards like Gavadon and Ellie King and try to like swap it in and get those going. But you didn't always get the cards you needed for whatever situation, or you didn't always get level 6 Mephiles. And now the scene might be able to like help me fix all of those like things in the Mephiles deck
Yes.
that I wasn't like super happy with.
I mean, this is definitely one that's worth considering is like Tregear Mephiles or like
Mm-hmm.
it's there's a lot of pairs we want to try out. Like I've
Yeah.
heard things of like Tregear guts, like alien guts. You throw in a lot of
Oh
like
yeah, you get
random
the running
alien names
nails.
because Five King needs alien names. Or
Yeah.
sorry, Five King just needs unique names. You also need a
Yeah.
bunch of unique alien names. Might as well get a
Get a
little bit
little
of
bit of
both,
both.
and then
Yeah.
the one you're missing, you have a guts ready to go. Put it on top of your deck. You have a ball top, or sorry, Five King. Put it
Yeah.
on top, and next turn you're ready to just destroy that lane.
True. 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 Oh, that sounds kind of interesting too. That was actually the direction I was leaning towards, like Mephiles towards the end. But yeah, it would be exciting. I don't think we've had like this sort of like generic searcher, if you will. Like most of the stuff that gets back from discard has been like, oh, it's like it was the Mebius level 2. Like you get a Mebius, or like the arc wandering future. You get an arc back. But this is like it's a kaiju. You get
Yes.
you get any. It's crazy. You could get anything. So it's kind of interesting. So let's move on. Other Tregear cards. We've got a change draw or muscle draw. So send it back to. I think they definitely did not want to give it a scene searcher.
Yeah.
With the scene, it would get a little crazy. I think. And then a
So,
draw 2. I think probably the
uh,
same logic there.
so going back to level 6, I just want to
Mhm.
call out this is the only kaiju muscle draw I
True.
think we have.
Yeah.
So it's a different take on so kaiju, like these kind of level 6s are usually scene searches, Belial,
Hmm.
Gilark, Trigger Dark, whatever.
Yeah.
So you can get a little bit more scene power, but you don't fix consistency like you would with
Yeah.
muscle draw. And with
Yeah.
this, like it lets you even pair it with more or kaijus. Because like
Hmm.
if you have too many if you're doing like Belial Trigger and you want to like fix like too many Belials in your hand, this
Yeah.
is a great way to get rid of too many level 5 Belials or get more level 7s, or really
Yeah.
fix pairing, which opens I think the doors with what you can do with the deck.
Yeah. That's definitely true. It's a good thing to call out. And then a draw 2, and that's it for Ultraman Tregear. Um, my random comment is that uh, it does like I get that like he's a bad guy, but it's weird to see Ultraman on the kaiju card.
Yeah, he's like the Belial scenario, like
Sure, yeah,
just
yeah,
pure bad guy
yeah.
antagonist. So,
Does
but
Belial
yes,
say Ultraman Belial? By the way, I don't.
I believe it does. Yeah,
It does.
I think
Okay.
I think the only ones that don't are like Kaiser Belial, or where they like change it out for a
Mm.
specific like
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
variation. But typically, yeah, you have Ultraman Belial, I believe, on those cards too.
Okay, so cool. Good,
Yeah.
good to know. So Tregear, that's our fourth triple rare, I think, for this set, or
So yeah,
fifth.
we have King of Victory,
King
we have
Victory,
Tiga, we have
Tiga.
Tregear, and
Okay. I think it's only four now. I think it's the fourth
yeah,
one, right? We're halfway
okay, yeah,
there. We've only got
a
like
lot to go
four
then.
weeks just left, so they gotta start pumping it out. So it'll be exciting. And since we're kind of at the midway, let us know what you're hoping for It looks like, based on the card list, there's a few unannounced characters, potentially. So what? Give us your best guesses what they could be in the comments, and we'll move on
And we
to
know who's not our triple rare,
yes.
as some people, and us included, were expecting. So we have Ultraman Taiga, Photon Earth.
Yeah. And what does he do?
Yeah, so I'll go through this one. Another Team Tri Squad. So just like the other characters, you can level them up with anyone who has Team Tri Squad. And this one is an on-play double or triple ability that you may give this character plus 1,000 this turn for each different character name you have among your Ultra Heroes. So you're probably getting minimum plus 2,000 in a Tri Squad deck, ideally 3,000, 4,000 if you throw in another character, which is pretty powerful as a double or triple. If you're able to hit 14k on a double, that's never bad.
Yeah, pretty respectable.
And then
it turning into a 20k triple is for one turn. That's pretty scary. As I think, man,
so
you can't really line it up that well, can you?
So it reminds me a lot of the Blazer Triple R, though.
Yeah.
So even though it doesn't let you like rearrange the top few cards, it's a very similar heavy minus on play, 17k otherwise. Though one thing I like about this card that you didn't really have on the Blazer side is it works off a double.
Yeah,
I think that's super key. Where all the Blazer BP down, BP minuses were triple only on plays.
Yeah, this gives you the option to play it as a double and then have a Fuma come into play at the same time and boost it up to maybe a 20k double, which is pretty nasty. I'm like really, I really thought this would be the triple rare.
So I think like, everyone did, right?
Yeah.
We were basing off of Ginga Victory, who they got triple rare. So, so it means there's more triple rares. So now, like, okay, we're saying like Rosso Blue, maybe not. Like this proves that.
Well, we thought they'd get 2. Maybe they won't get 2 anymore.
Yeah.
But I think so. We have 4, and we have 2 level 2. So theoretically, 3 more level 3 triple rares, and 1 level 2, or like the Kaiju equivalents if those come out. Yeah.
And you mentioned like there's another character, but even if there was another character, that means there's still a triple R unaccounted for. So we had Tiga already. Who knows what kind of character we're getting support for this set.
Yeah. Tiga definitely was out of left field, so they might have more. I'm like starting to feel a little conflicted about the Taiga stuff because the ratios feel like they're getting harder and harder. This one doesn't. I mean, it'll definitely be good, but I feel like for me, I'd rather be drawing. And I'm starting to like kind of map out like how I would want to like play out the turns and stuff in this deck. And I was just thinking like, oh man, like if you were to like set up 2 1/2s, maybe on like turn 3, you set up 2 like 1/2 doubles. So on turn 4, you like slam down 2 of these, and then it's like 2 20Ks. But if you have 2 of these, then your other 2 lanes have to be Fuma and Titus, which can make things awkward. So I'm like,
I think one thought of this one, because this really does remind me of like very early BP1, BP2 era Blazars, is that, yes, when you could do that with Blazar, you could just sweep the board where you're doing minus 3,000s, you're pretty much guaranteed to win those, but it's a lot harder than it sounds to get multiple triples that on plays line up at the same turn, and Blazar had the benefit of Scarred. So you could play a 1/2, and you play one of those, and you're hoping Scarred will get you that extra one for an additional lane win. However, in this case, there is no Scarred for Taiga
unless you try to draw into it. Yeah.
So I think you do have to line up, but I do think this being able to play off a double is key. If this was a triple only effect, I think I would be very hesitant to rely on this as your win condition. But like you said, pairing it with a Fuma double, like even 2 Fumas or a Fuma and this next to each other's doubles, this becomes even if it only hits 19k, that would win typically like one of those later lanes anyways. So it'll be tricky to balance this deck. I think we can, when we get into proxy and testing, even for a mono deck, you probably go up to 12 level 3s. Just
Well,
trying
Jeed
to
has
map
like
out the ratio.
16, right?
Jeed.
Jeed has like 16,
What
16,
was it? 4,
10,
4.
like 10 level
Oh yeah,
1.
okay. So 16. So you have this one. You have level 3s. You remember we do want to balance the Fuma Taigas or
Yeah, yeah,
Tituses
it's gonna
still.
be kind of weird.
So and I really like the uncommon one that basically gives itself a BP grade up when you have
Yeah,
multiple
I
character
know.
names.
But then you just got too
That's
many
better than
Taigas,
nothing.
I think.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you'll probably be looking towards Fuma Titus heavy 2s and 1s, which is fair because
Yeah.
I don't think Taiga really has other level 2s.
Yeah, they just have the searcher. So unless they come out with something, you never know.
Did we see the Taiga level 2 rare
I don't
this
think
set?
we've seen any Tiger level 2s, but
Okay.
Tiger might be weird this set. We'll see.
I mean that's true. It's not a new debut
Yeah.
for this character set.
Yeah, I mean, this should be fun though. Like, I think it's going to be a very interesting deck. Like, maybe not 100% like the most crazy deck to find combos with and play, and like Tiga Blaze are finding all these tricks and setups and things. But it'll be. I'm excited to have like a deck that's a little bit more straightforward. It does have some ability to make some plays, and it'll be good for beginners and stuff like that. I think it'll be. I'm excited. I think a lot of people are underrating this deck, seeing all the
Oh,
crazy stuff that like Ginga Victory and Rosa Blue can do, but like sometimes simple and strong, it gets the job done.
yes.
All right. Speaking of simple, a card that disappointed me a little bit is the Chimera double rare for this set. I also didn't super expect Chimera coming in this set, and to have a zero slugger clone was not on my not on my wish list for Chimera, but I think it'll be okay. So it gets a BP grade increase versus power or armed type, and it's a solid 17k.
I mean, Zero Slugger was always a really crazy card. That when Zero was popular in the meta, like seeing a Zero Slugger pop out like turn 3 or 4 was always like, that's game.
Yeah,
And it doesn't have all the support Zero had. That's still true.
Mm-hmm.
There's no ultimate Chimera, but it's not. I mean, it's not a terrible card for support. Like having more of these as options means there's going to be a future really strong Chimera mono deck.
True. Like we're slowly building the cards, and this is like one thing that I think I'd like to make a video for at some point. I don't know if we'll do it together or not, but just like we're kind of hitting this issue of like a critical mass issue where some of the older heroes and characters, they have so many good cards that it's very, very hard for the new characters to come in and like actually have a chance to compete. And so we're kind of seeing that like with Chimera and with Taiga, it's like we're getting the second wave of support for them, and now it's kind of like, okay, maybe there's something going on here that we can start to kind of encroach on the existing like powerhouse decks. But if you kind of like think back about the meta, probably since BPO5, it's been relatively like Jeed was good. It wasn't like a killer back in BPO5, but like it was pushing up there, and then like I think especially with BP6, it's like okay, Decker, like all these decks that were like kind of there, like just became good, and like they've just been like Tiga Blaze has always been around, like so like the original level 4s, I feel like they really like made a really big impact, and they have like so many cards, it's hard for the new characters to like compete with them.
Yeah, I do think it's very difficult for a new character out the gate to make a big splash. I mean, we even saw like Mephiles. I still like the deck a lot, and it has a lot of like good and that one's kind of cheating because it's also leveraging all the past kaiju.
Yeah.
And even then, Mephiles feels like the most inconsistent part of that deck because there's not enough like tools around that yet. But I'm still glad to see these characters getting immediate support as opposed to like you have to wait. Like Gillark or Jugular took a couple sets for like Gillark got nothing, and then Jugular took a couple sets to get a little bit more, and even then it could still
it's like we have a nice staggered release, right? Like you get the first wave, you get the second wave, and that kind of like helps you get in there. So we'll see what else Chimera has. I mean, scenes can always kind of like make or break things, like because they can be so strong, especially in Chimera, which has a Tiga like effect, like a Superion beam type effect, which can be like, oh, yep, I get my lead.
The Chimera effect, I forget, was that only leveling up a 7 from discard to a double, or would it also let you do like
it lets you do
like
any
make
level ups. So the scene is pretty strong.
So if you have like a level 6 Chimera lying around and oh hey look they put a G'd Claw right here. Well, now it's a 17k double.
Yeah,
and, you're good to go.
So there's definitely some applications. Well, I'm curious to see if like Chimera will get. I assume Chimera will get a new scene. Hopefully that will like help a little bit because honestly the round 3 scene for her is a little awkward because ideally you're looking to like have a level 5 on the field and then you can turn it into a 6 and then play the 7, and that means you need to. But like the timing is weird because you have to like play the scene. It has to be on the field already. Anyway,
I mean this is actually a pretty good card for taking lead as well, though.
Yeah, so I think this helps a lot. It helps you take lead. It can be like a nice thing where like you just have a level 6 and you'd like to level it up to something decent that's not just a vanilla like 13k. So that'd be good. Yeah. Let's move on. You have a little bit too much there. We got Vic Lugiel. Why don't you talk about this?
Yeah, so Vic Lugiel, again, keyword, it is a character named Dark Lugiel. We'll come back to this. Level 6 with a continuous effect on a single or double. When an opponent has 2 or more double Ultra Heroes, give this character plus 2,000. Additionally, while your opponent has 4 or more double Ultra Heroes, give this character another 2,000. So it's like reverse Ginga. If you if they have 2 doubles and their Ginga 17k, well, this guy's double is now 17k. And if they hit 18k, you're 19k.
Which is interesting because like Ginga is getting support, so like this is not like totally out of the blue that you might be able to hit like those really high numbers.
I mean, it's thematic. This is the final boss of Ginga S, like against Ginga and Victory. So, I mean, and I also want to call it's a Dark Lugiel. So, Lugiel also has a really crazy level 6 where you're blocking a level up. And if we get another 5 Dark Lugiel, you actually have a little bit bigger Lugiel package with a little more consistency, and there's some really mean plays you can do with this. Like I remember like playing against I think some of the Mephiles games I think we are doing before, like or something. When you play
I had like a Chimera Dark Lugiel.
That's what it was.
Yes, I just hit like 2 level blocks in a row, and then I was like, oh, I hope I can win the last lane. And like you're gonna be stuck at doubles, right? If you do the level block. So this kind of plays really well into that.
Also, like even as a single, it's a 12k single if they have 2 doubles.
True,
that's not bad.
Never bad. Oh yeah, I always like Dark Lugiel. I don't know. I really like the English art. I think that was an English exclusive art we got for that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I really like that art. So yeah, you got to be excited to do a little bit more Dark Lugiel.
I mean, you can do Dark Lugiel Chimera 2.0 with
2.0 for sure. Yeah, put it on the list. Yeah, because we got Chimera too. Ooh, it's a comeback. All right, let's move on. I think the rest is not that exciting. We got Grigio King. It's just a kaiju. I don't think there's anything like exciting that we're looking at there. And we get Melba, which is it's a boost versus power, minus versus speed. We've kind of seen these guys before. There's something about like we have almost all the parts of like actually 5 King.
Yeah.
I don't know enough lore about that, but I hear chatter about that. So maybe there's some sort of more thematic 5 King type effect or deck that they are setting up in the future.
I'm trying to remember all the pieces of 5 King. Yeah, I think we're only missing one kaiju to have
the
5 names.
Gankyu.
Yeah, Gankyu. It's the Ultraman Gaia.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah,
Golza, Abyss, Gankyu. We have Super COV, and we just got Melba. So we're waiting for Gankyu, not to be confused with Gankun. So that could be fun, but we'll see how it all turns out. And that's it for today.
Yep.
Ultraman Tregear. We'll see how big of a splash he can make on his first introduction to the Ultraman card game. And if these past few sets or anything to go off, you might be able to expect some additional Tregear support going into next set even.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably about halfway through the set. I feel like, I mean, triple R's halfway.
Yeah,
We still have
we're
another
about
quad
halfway through the
rare.
set, which like kind of scares me because I think there's only like usually they'll have the set list out by like the week before.
Yeah.
So in terms of like actual weeks for left for reveals, we've got 4 weeks, 4 triple rares, but they're still the last mystery quad rare, and they still haven't revealed who the serial is going to be either.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I feel like they're since they changed the reveal format, we're not getting the Ultra Navi videos anymore. I feel like we're actually getting triple rares pretty regularly.
Yeah,
with the tweets, I
I
feel like
I
they're
decided I like it. I mean, I kind of miss the Navis. Not that I like really watched them. I just kind of like skipped to see the cards. But I like not having it because it feels like we get a lot more oomph every day in the daily reveals. Where like before it was like, oh, they gotta save like all the Tregear cards for the Tregear Navi video, and then like this would be like it's like Grigio Queen, and like they're just like kind of commons or uncommons that like kind of like I don't care about this ability, or this isn't, it's not exciting. Like, oh, what a Tregear! Yeah, oh my gosh, what a Tregear! What kind of level 2 is he gonna get? It feels like there's more to look forward to in the daily reveals, so I'm enjoying that.
I do like it where it was like every other week you'd have X reveals, and then like I'd always forget, oh, there's no reveal today. Oh, it's video day. Okay, I'll get it later tonight. I do miss them, but I think we'll see how this goes going forward and what they'll do with the rest of the reveals. I'm really curious how they'll reveal the final quad rares and the serialized cards. I'm trying to keep an eye out. Like, are there any big events between now and then? Like Kaiju Brooklyn, I think they revealed the Carmera card.
Maybe they'll do something at the U.S. Open.
U.S. Open, it's like, I think
it's not like really a big thing. Yeah,
I mean, it would be a nice place to reveal something, but I think it's a week before the set comes out. Well, I guess 2 weeks. I guess
2 weeks. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe,
but we'll see what happens. I feel like there's not a lot of events because it's coming up to Ultraman Day anyway.
Yes.
So anyway, we'll see what happens. There's a lot, 6 big reveals, 4 weeks ish, 4 or 5 weeks, and stay tuned for more and all that good stuff. And we'll see you around. Bye.